success do not come overnight. It comes with a lot of practice and hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mansi on record and I hope you guys are doing really good. So today's video is about what a system is actually designed to do. Because in previous videos we have understood that why a system is made. Now we will actually know that why there is a system which is created for what purposes. In today's video we will try to deep dive and understand what's that. But before, let me ask you something. We use systems every day. When I'm saying systems, it is software, hardware, our mobile phones, our offices, schools, institutions, government, all these things are considered to be a system. They follow a procedural process. Did these systems create overnight, or they maintained stability? They maintained a consistent output that was measurable. Because if we see, certain companies, they are into the business for years and years, and certain kingdoms were there established and up and running for so many years. But we have to also understand that any system which is created overnight is only there to solve an acute problem, not a chronicle problem. So here we will discuss certain points that I have noticed doing this research, because I do write research papers, and those get published on Social Service Research Network and articles on Brain Magazine. So if you want to see those for yourself, you can find the links in the description box. But this is kind of in general take on those points, because at times we do ask ourselves, did it work for me? For an example, if you are facing certain issues in your phone, you try to fix it as soon as possible. And if the problem is reoccurring over time, then we try to contact customer service. All those people are also included to fixing the system that you are using, in our example, phone. But here we will understand, is it only just individual that systems are taking care of, or they are operating on scale with complexity and producing outputs on a regular basis? With this example here in the conversation, we can understand, do system exist to make things better or just keep themselves running? Because changes overnight won't solve problem which is there in the system for many years. It takes time, review process, feedback process, hit and errors, and a lot of practice goes in making a system up and running. Systems were never designed to work only for one person. We have already discussed this in our previous videos, and if you are new on this video or on this channel, I would encourage and request you to please watch those previous videos to lay the foundation. Systems are basically designed despite individual. They are designed to serve millions and millions of people across time, across scale, across uncertainty, which is the risk factor. So we will try to reset our lenses and try to understand why systems are designed in the way they are designed, and what is the actually purpose of designing that. So in this slide we will try to understand that how do we misinterpret system design. It can be anything: using a phone, using any sort of software, dealing with system, dealing with institutions, dealing with government, dealing with policies, certain things. We think from an individual point of view, and systems are designed entirely opposite. They are designed to serve millions and millions of people. And when we see something with a microscope, we can't see a bigger picture. That's how it is. They have a time dependency because systems operate across. You might be using your phone, you might be using certain softwares. They are running 24/7. Same goes for any system. Scale, complexity, of course, if the scale is bigger, the complexity is also bigger. Challenges are more, problems are kind of in a way that takes so much time, process, documentation, feedback process, fix a problem which is occurring, or uncertain handling. Of course, with scale complexity, if the scale is bigger, already mentioned, they have a lot of uncertainty factors which comes different sets of people who are working for the system, because everybody is unique and have their own complexity, and that makes entire system to be a mixture where there are so many unique inputs are coming in. To understand how does a system maintain stability, for an example, let's say there is a bank which keeps changing their ROIs and rules. As a user of that bank, as a customer of that bank, would you feel trust factor on that particular bank over time? You will, as an individual, we have that psychological aspect where if things are changing on very frequent basis of very frequent periods, we tend to lose our trust factor. So unpredictability in system, especially in system, does create loss of trust. So they cannot have frequent decision changes that will actually weaken the foundation. Emotional influence, of course, as a humans we think that this has to fix in this way, everybody has their inputs, but rules and procedures are more logical driven, so that is why it takes so much time to come up with that logical approach that can bring into the system to enhance the changes. Improvise over structure. Just with the bank example, we can understand the more changes, the more frequent changes you are employing on the system, it will weaken the foundation. For an example, if you are facing an issue with your phone, after 2 days you reached out to the customer care, they fixed it, but again that problem arised. And if this keeps on happening for multiple period of time, then you will lose trust on that particular you know product. You will start moving yourself to a different product, and this example applies everywhere, whether it's company, if you're a user, because from a point of view as a user, we have to also understand how those things are coming together, being maintained 24/7, 24/7. Of course they have complexity, because running on that scale, running across time, running with so many different complexities, make the structure already difficult. And in our next video, we will try to understand these points with real life examples, like how a system is made. When I'm saying system, I'm referencing to hardware, software, institutions, government, universities, everywhere where there is a procedural process followed. Real life companies, to understand how they are maintained, up and running, and succeeded in their journey, because success do not come overnight, it comes with a lot of practice. And if we are trying to focus on perfection overnight, it never comes that way. It takes a lot of process, tackling with feedbacks, tackling with reviews, and tackling with our own insecurities. So in our, of course, next video, we will try to discuss that in depth. But if you are liking this content, please, please, please show your love, because this really takes time and this is my analysis. And if you are somebody who like to be well read, well learned, knowledgeable, and wiser, this is the right place, because this channel consists of so many unique ideas which are entirely mine. And if you are liking my professional side, there is personal side of mine channel too, that is Dreams of Mansi. You can check that out channel as well, and please subscribe to Dr. Mansi on Record and that channel too. Thank you so much for your valuable time in this video. I'm gonna see you in the next one with more interesting facts. Till then, bye bye.